The secret Bruce Jenner says he always tried to keep hidden, now coming to light.
Shouldn't I take my ponytail out? Yeah, why not, huh? We're talking about all this stuff. Yeah, let's take the damn ponytail out.
So I would define transgender as anyone who identifies with a gender other than what they were assigned at birth.
Word of a shocking revelation from Olympic hero Bruce Jenner. And
often trans issues have been a kind of spectacle in the media for quite a while. I think that the difference that has emerged over time is that more and more trans people have been able to tell their own stories in ways that are less just about media spectacle.
Hey, I'm Bryan, I'm 19, and I'm transgender.
What's up, we're here on UNR campus, this is my house. Back up for a minute, I'm too famous.
For fun, I like playing music, or listening to music, dancing to music. I like chilling out and watching TV with Bingo, my dog. And I like to go on the internet. Growing up for me was alright. I hated having to get new clothes because my mom always thought that the clothes she picked for me were the right clothes, and it pissed me off because I would always go to the boys section and see all these amazing clothes that I wanted all of them, and I would try to find the girliest boy piece of clothing, and I would show her and she was like, "Where'd you get that?" And I would tell her from the boys section and she'd just talk shit, whatever. I didn't really have anyone to go to talk about it. I had one trans friend that told me about where to go to like begin medically transitioning, but I didn't always go to them when I had my doubts or like what I thought I should do, because the only person that I can rely on in my transition is myself, because only I know what I want. Transitioning, especially in our society, is like one of the biggest things you could do. And I just, after finding out it was possible, I wanted to make sure it was the right choice for me. There's this one transgender model or advocate, and his name's Aiden Dowling. I started following him on YouTube and watching a lot of his videos, and he really emphasized the importance of making your life what you want it to be. And I knew I didn't want my life to be female. Towards the end of questioning myself millions of times, the one question that stood out to me was, do I want to live my life as a girl or as a boy? And that one question was pretty much all it took. Prior to the first injection, I was second guessing and doubting myself a lot. The first person I told was my friend Ava, and she didn't believe me because I'm always playing games with her. And when I told her something like this, she was like, "Oh my God, like shut up, you know?"
I remember with me and Michael, he would always like make jokes about like, I'm gonna start transitioning soon or like whatever, you know? And then we didn't think much of it, but then he actually came out. I don't know, it wasn't really weird for me because it's like expected for him to be the most unpredictable person ever, you know?
He always joked about it in high school, that he wanted to transition and become a man, but I never actually believed it until he was like, okay, we're going to the clinic and I'm gonna get a testosterone shot. And we're like, okay.
My first family member I spoke out to about my gender was my grandmother. And I remember I was really emotional when I was about to come out to her, because my first person coming out to in the family was, I wanted them to accept me because it was my first person. And if they were to reject me, it would have discouraged me from telling the rest of my family. And as I was crying and telling her, she was like, "I'm gonna accept you." And when she accepted me, it was a lot easier for me to come out to the rest of my family. The only person that had a hard time being supportive of me was my mother. She told me, quote, "I want to support you, but it's just really hard for me right now." And after a couple months of her getting used to my transition, it became more natural to her and my dad. So I just came out on social media, on my Snapchat. I took a picture of the testosterone that I would be taking for the rest of my life. And I captioned it, "Call me Bryan." And the next day at school, I had like my friends like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, happy for you, congratulations.
He gets along with everyone. No one can really say they hate him. And he tries to be friends with everyone. He really tries to go out of his way to make other people happy. And that's something I really look up to in him. Yeah, he inspires me to do a lot. I feel like without him, I wouldn't be so inclined to meeting new people or going out of my way to, you know, talk to someone new. He's always like pushing me to like, oh, you think that guy's cute? Go talk to him type of thing. And that's like really comforting. He's always complimenting me, and it's just like, it makes me want to be a better person when I'm around him.
I would say that, you know, trans people are kind of spread out among all different kinds of communities, but whether they're visible, whether, you know, whether people know each other has a lot to do with the kind of, you know, social power they have or don't have, and their ability to kind of become visible in ways that they want.
Life is good, okay? Truly. So count your blessings